Hello everyone and welcome back to Stirlingshire Homestead. Our projects for today included some galley framing. We've got an upper shelf and a lower shelf. And I've also got a vent for eventually where the air conditioner is going to go. So what'll happen is on the inside, so this upper shelf, right, will have the air conditioner in it. And what'll happen is the inside of the cabin here, there you go, the inside of the cabin here, the AC will blow in. And what I'll do is I'll create a partition wall using this stud and the upper stud. And I'll put a piece of plywood up there, and I'll put a piece of plywood in the back, and I'll put a piece of plywood from the front, the face of the air conditioner. And that'll be one of the vents. And I'm going to put another one in a panel that sits in the back of here. So the galley will be here, it'll close, and there's about a 1/2 inch gap. You see that? My finger can fit in here. And so I'll put another piece of plywood into here to seal this whole compartment off. And I'm going to take another one of these grates and put it on the outside here so that there's a little bit of a gap that it'll be able to vent out this way when the galley is open. So if that galley is open, it'll have 2 vents, and if it's closed, then I have to keep it closed for rain or whatever else. It'll have one and then part of this one. So that's a 2-foot area, or 2-foot square area of venting. So basically what'll happen is, let me pop this one out. I'll have one there where that hole is, and I'll have another one sitting basically right here as my vents. This one will be completely enclosed inside the camper, so if I have to, I can close the galley and it'll vent into the galley, which is fine with me. And then I'll have another one that'll be for sure on the outside that vents to the outside of the camper. So there'll be 2 ways for air to escape that spot. The other thing we did, I've got this out here. This is going to be my water for the sink, for the shower, for the whatever. We'll have 2 or 3 of these, so 7 gallons apiece. I wanted this counter height to be just high enough that I can go like this, slip this in, and tip it up, and then get my hands under there to hook into it to do the things that I needed to do there. So this fits nice. What I'll probably end up doing is having one here. I'll have a 12-volt pump unit that comes in, and I'll have a faucet that comes up and around into a little bowl right here. And then we'll have another container like this to catch all of our waste, and then we can throw it into the sewer or wherever else we are. The other thing that we planned this for is underneath here. This is probably about, what, 18 inches, Kate?
20, exactly.
Well, from the bottom of this piece,
oh,
it's 18.
17
and a half or whatever. That's just big enough to put a 12-volt mini fridge that'll sit underneath here, or we can put a front load fridge up here. And we don't know what kind of fridge we're going to get exactly yet, but we built this so that it's modular and we can change those things as we need. The other half of this is, since we'll have this whole top galley section, it's about 6 feet, we're probably going to put the microwave up high, up in here, and we're probably also going to put our battery box storage right here so that our AC can be run off of it, our microwave can be run off of it, and it's really close. And if we have to turn it around and run our cell phones or something, we can make a pass-through on this side to the main part of the camper with that Blue Eddy battery box. So that's the scoop. We're going to pick everything up today. It's supposed to rain the next few days, so what we'll do is we'll throw the tarp back on it just to be safe. And that's probably all we're going to do for today. We're at the point now that all of the holes that need to be cut are cut. And we're going to fiberglass this as soon as we've got 2 nice days worth of time. So I guess you'll be joining us probably in the next video. I don't know. I might just make this a tiny video for fiberglassing. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to film a lot of that. So maybe it'll be on this one too. Who knows? But it's pretty nice. All of our doors are cut. And from the inside of this, you can see what I mean. So this will be a pass-through. So you'll be able to access everything from the galley. This will probably be blocked off to the floor. But everything else you should be able to reach. So one of the things I would recommend if you are building one of your own on these, research what you're going to put in it before you put anything in it. So I already had the doors purchased, I already had the hatches purchased, I already had the windows purchased, I already had the vent purchased, and I already had the other vent, the non-electric vents, purchased. So the more you can purchase and the more you know what you're putting in it before you put in it, the better off I think you're going to be, because you have less guesswork. The fact that I don't know what fridge I'm going to stick in this is kind of a pain, because deciding where those two shelf heights were going to be is sort of miserable when you're trying to guess what you want to put in there. So maybe we'll see you in the next one. Maybe we'll go on. Who knows? Anyway, peace out. Well, fiberglass is done. We went from 10:30 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon straight. Didn't stop for breaks other than to take a bathroom and maybe get a sip of water, but it's done. It is by far and away the hardest I've ever worked, and I've done concrete. It looks really good. I mean, there are spots where the seams hit because I had to cut it and overlap it to get what I wanted, but I think it's doing all right. And the couple spots that aren't quite nice, the plan is to just sand them down. We did the wet method, and there are some spots in here. Let me back this camera out. There are some spots in here that have little voids behind them, but it's okay. That's the whole point of the fiberglass. I didn't want to sit here and sand and sand and sand and sand and sand and make it all perfectly smooth. There's a little one right in there. But we got everything we needed to get, and it should definitely be waterproof. So now that we've got all that squared away and locked in, and most of the bubbles got out of it, I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. But it is the hardest work I think I've done in a very, very long time. I weighed myself on the scale this morning, and then I weighed myself just from sweating this afternoon, doing all this stuff, and I am 15 pounds lighter, and I'm not even kidding. The scale was 24, and we were down to like 09. So I lost that much just in sweat trying to do this all with Kate. So everything overlaps. The fiberglass overlaps. It looks a little iffy in the sun there. You can see that line. Let's see. This line right here. It's going to be gone. We'll sand it. We'll sand over it, and it should be just fine. So it is what it is. We got it all done, and hopefully it's waterproof now, and hopefully I don't have to think about it anymore. And yeah, 7 days of drying, and then we'll be hopefully good to sand it and then put one final coat on how we want to make it look, so it won't be as gloopy and gloppy everywhere like this stuff. Like some of it, the resin hardened up on us because I mixed a little too much, but it turned out okay. So if you like what we do at Sterling Shire Homestead, give us a like and a subscribe. If you want to know more about the process of fiberglassing, I can sort of talk you through it. Not an easy process. I would for sure have help, especially something this big. If our teardrop was maybe 3 feet shorter and not as long, and it was only 8 feet long instead of 12, we'd be doing a lot better today, but it was a son of a gun for a project. So anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.